So let's talk about this Snowden guy. What's his name? Something Snow. Let me see what his name is. Snowden. I thought it was Edward something or another. Yeah, Edward Snowden. This is the whistleblower, you know, that literally blew the whistle on old Obama about the whole PRISM, what they're calling PRISM, the secret spying deal that's making headlines everywhere. So he says, this guy, I realized that I was part of something that was doing far more harm than good. The NSA is intent on making every conversation and every form of behavior in the world known to them. What they're doing possesses an extreme, or not an extreme, but an existential threat to democracy. I couldn't agree more. And more on this, which is unbelievable, he goes to the Washington Post. This is some guy, someone who works in intelligence, knows the news and media is controlled, obviously. I mean, you would think, and somehow he didn't know this. He's the one that sent this to the Washington Post. He says, the 29-year-old contractor said he knew the great risks he was taking in exposing a phone records monitoring program in an internet scouring program designed by the U.S. government to monitor for threats of terrorism. In their communications, he referred to Gelman as Brass Banner. A series of indirect contacts preceded the first direct exchange May 16th between Snowden and Gelman. Snowden was not ready to give his name, but he said he was certain to be exposed, the Post reported Sunday night. Quote, I understand that I will be made to suffer for my actions and that the return of this information to the public marks my end, he wrote in early May, before making his first direct contact. He warned that even journalists who pursued his story were at risk until they published it. The U.S. intelligence community, he wrote, will most certainly kill you if they think you are a single point of failure that could stop the disclosure and make them the sole owner of this information. To effect his plan, Snowden asked for a guarantee that the Washington Post would publish within 72 hours of a period the full text of a PowerPoint presentation that he put together describing PRISM, and that's that top secret thing, a top secret surveillance program that gathered intelligence from Microsoft, here's a shocker, Facebook, here's another shocker, Google, which also means YouTube, and other Silicon Valley companies. He also asked that the Post publish an online cryptographic key so that he could use it to prove to a foreign embassy where he needs to go hide out that he was the document source because he would have the encrypted code. Gelman told the Post, told him, and Gelman's the guy that works for the Washington Post, told him that the Washington Post, would make no guarantees about what they published or when. But the Washington broke, this gets fantastic. The Post broke the story 2 weeks later on Thursday. The Post sought the views of the government officials about the potential harm to national security prior to publication and decided to reproduce only 4 out of 41 slides. Gelman wrote in the story about their communications. And then Snowden replied succinctly and said, I regret that we weren't able to keep this project unilateral. Snowden also made contact with Glenn Greenwald of the Guardian newspaper. So the Washington Post, thank you, whistleblower. We're the news, we're the media, we're going to help you out. But first I got to go to the government. The one you're exposing, I got to go to them to ask them if this is okay if I publish this as a news source. And they said, yeah, just post 4 of them. 4 out of the 41 slides, just post 4. How does this guy send something like that? Why did he not send it to Alex Jones, InfoWars, Jeff Rentz, Coast to Coast AM, Max Kaiser, Gerald Celente? I mean, there's a lot of people that could have been sent to. Alex Jones being the first and foremost. I mean, immediately comes to mind. And now this guy was a contractor, as he said. He was a contractor. So it's possible that he, being the contractor, saw what this thing was about isn't into the intelligence community technically big time, where he would know that all the mainstream media is controlled. He just thinks they're being used as an apparatus to help spy on people, like Google, Yahoo, YouTube, Facebook. So in all fairness, he may have thought, oh, the news, I'll go to the Washington Post. They'll run this story. And he just found out firsthand, no, they went to the master and asked the master government, is this okay to publish? No, it's not. You can only post 4 of those slides. Don't post the 41 in total. And someone made a comment on that, actually. The Post, Washington Post, only released 4 of the slides after contacting the government. What else do you need, people? There is no freedom of press, and going to them is suicide if you do. That's why the story came out in the United Kingdom first. 492 thumbs up on that comment with only 10 thumbs down. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.